Imagine loading into your own Roblox game, but something that you haven't placed is there. You check through the files of the game and you find some random object. Then your computer starts to crash. Well, that happened to a Roblox player named Aftony. So let's start off with video 1. So in the beginning, he just drives his little car around and plays around. But then he realizes that something is in the distance. He then gets closer to it to realize that it's a stretched out version of the happy home. Then the video just ends. And as he's looking throughout the files, he finds something called Domus Mundi, which if you translate this from Latin to English, it means house world. So here's what we know so far. This is obviously the player's game, and there's a house in it that he's never added. So in the start of the next video, he's contacting his friend. And while they're playing, they're talking in the chat, but we cannot see this because the graphics are terrible. But basically all they're saying is that they want to try and find a way to get into the house. But as they're talking, it cuts to this image. Now it looks like a drawing of the house. Now for this next clip, it's basically a slideshow, so you guys can read this if you want. Now here he says he paid the house a little visit, meaning that he obviously went inside. Now while he was playing with this little slingshot, it hit an invisible bridge. It is obvious that the house wants me to go inside. So he starts walking towards it, and it's exactly like the happy home, but just really stretched. And as he's walking in, his screen turns black and he gets teleported to a different version. And when he looks out the window, there seems to be a lot of other houses. And while he's walking, the clip ends and it says this: "Out of all people, why me?" The next video starts off with images saying evidence 1, 2, and 3. Now he starts to look at threads, which I'm assuming are on Wikipedia. There are multiple comments stating that the house is in their game too. But out of all of the comments, this one stands out the most. The house is not connected to that house in the middle of the ocean, right? Then this appears for a split second. Now if you guys don't know what this is from an analog horror YouTube channel about a house being in the middle of the ocean. Now this next video starts off, but the map is very dark. And not just that, there's something called container, just a bunch of that. And not only that, the house got huge compared to what it was before. So they start making their way over. And then once they go inside, obviously they get teleported like the last time. Then they approach these weird things in the water. Then it says this media has been seized, so I guess this has something to do with the government at this point. And for some reason this house starts to become very pixelated. Then it says something that will actually shock you. There is no house shown in the gameplay. In fact, there's not even a game. The backbone of Roblox is only a mere string of codes, which later projected into your screen. Our reality works the same way too. Basic fundamentals of reality are programmed and later perceived by your mind. Do you know the difference? If your eyes were to be hijacked, would you ever know? We all look at a video and subconsciously see something that was never there in the first place. And then it's a picture of David Baszucki's eye for some reason. Now this next video shows a bunch of houses for some reason. And they're shooting up stars into outer space. Whatever that means. And now this next section talks about the Crescent constellations. Now the reason there's so many crescents in this, because in the original house in the ocean, there's a thing called a Crescent King. Which this is an image of him, and here's the backstory. The Crescent King is the main antagonist of the horror series The House in the Ocean. And this is not a good guy. And then it shows Earth, and then it starts to fuzz up. And the ARG just ends off there. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe because I put so much work into these videos. And yeah, if you guys want more ARG content, then make sure to comment down below because it really helps. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next one. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for 150,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye, guys.